Welcome, ladies. Welcome. Welcome, ladies. I'm just making sure that I am live indeed, and I see that I am. Welcome to Trending Tuesday. My name is Bernice Rulin, and I'm an independent consultant here at Mary Kay. Hey, Cheryl, and I see somebody called Facebook user. Hi, good to see you guys tonight. Sandy Braun is taking a lovely vacation right now, so I am going to fill in for her tonight, and Cheryl's going to cheer us on here in the comments and such tonight. Thank you for joining us. We have our Picking the Correct Foundation and Brush Clinic. I'm really excited about tonight's training session. I'm here in Western New York, the Buffalo region. We are under some pretty high winds warnings right now. I'm hoping the power stays in. So far, we've been great today. But if for any reason you lose me, you will know why you lost me. Hi, Sue. It's great to see you. I know that we are streaming in some different groups and such. So tonight, what we're going to be doing is I'm first going to start off with talking about our brushes, how to take care of our brushes, and then we're going to get into a little bit about our CC cream, foundation. Let's see, let me make sure I get this correctly. Under eye protector and also our correcting cream. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. So what I want to start with is our brush collection. So I'm going to start with these brushes first, some of our primary brushes. Okay. I absolutely love our brushes. They're easy to use, they're easy to clean, and they definitely make our job a lot easier when we're putting our makeup on. This is our liquid foundation brush. One of the things I love about the liquid foundation brush, I do love the angles of it. It makes it perfect to get around different areas of your face. It's got the nice edges to it. Hi, Valerie. It's good to see you. This is just a wonderful brush. And this is the brush as my go-to brush for putting on my liquid foundation every day. But we have a couple other options also for your foundation. Some people love to use our blending brush. This brush here has just a ridiculous amount of, look at those, all those fibers there for putting your makeup on. Just a huge number. I don't even know what the number is. It's so large. But the wonderful thing about the blending brush and the denseness of it, it does really give you some really nice full coverage when you are putting on your foundation. So this is another option for your foundation. And then we also have our blending brush. It's got some beautiful angles to it. So it's lovely when you are putting it into maybe around your ears or around your nose. This is wonderful all around blending brush. So you may use it a little bit for putting on some corrector first, maybe a little CC cream, and then getting into your foundation. This is good for blending liquids. It's good for blending creams. So this is a pretty all around great blending brush for you to use. So that gives us three different options to actually first get our foundation or our CC cream on our face. Then what we go to next is this beautiful, beautiful brush. This is our all over powder brush. This brush is just beautiful. This is where I would put my foundation on first, and then I would put some powder on my face before I'm going to put my blush on. This brush, again, it's just so beautiful. If you are like me, who has more oily skin than dry skin, wonderful way to get a matte finish is you just press your fingers onto the side of the brush, dip it into your powder, and then press, and then just turn, press and turn. And if you do that on your face, you will get a very nice matte finish. I learned that trick about a year or two ago when I first joined Mary Kay. And it really helps somebody like myself who does have very oily skin have that beautiful matte finish. And I do highly recommend if you've got oily skin or some areas where you may be a little combo to do the push and roll very quickly. And once you do it a few times, it's pretty quick to do. But this is just a beautiful brush. Oh, yeah, you got two sets of brushes. You're smart, Sue, and the individual ones. You are very smart to have those extra brushes. So you can always be, cleaning and using a new one, or if you're doing a new makeup look or something, you might need a couple extra brushes. But this is also great for finishing your makeup and such too. And we do have a clinic coming up. Let's see, next week we are doing the highlighting and contouring of cheeks. So we can go into the powders a little bit more with all of this. Then what I would do next in my morning routine is I use our color brush, 3-in-1. This is great, and it's got this little finger part, and we'll actually use and demo this brush next week. But what is wonderful about this is you put your finger in there, your thumb, and what you can do is you can contour. So you get that nice little edge there to contour. Then you use this part of your brush to put on some blush. And then you've got the top part there where you can have some highlighter. So the wonderful part is it's a 3-in-1 brush. And I'm going to tell you, once you do it a couple times, I can do this really quickly in the morning. I'm doing my contouring, my blush, I'm getting everything blended beautifully together. And then I come back to my big all-around brush, all-purpose brush. This is just wonderful. It's just such a beautiful brush too. And then I finish, because again, I have very oily skin. So I do then another layer of powder on my skin to keep me looking good all day long. So these are wonderful brushes. And we're going to talk about how to clean these brushes too. I'm going to give you a few tips on cleaning them. But before I jump ahead into that, I do want to go through now our makeup brushes. And like Sue, I have two sets of all the brushes I just showed you. And actually, I am working on getting more of these brushes. I do have some duplicates of them because it is nice to have more than one. Though I will give you a quick tip right now. These are really nice. You can actually clean them with our make our brush cleaner, and they dry really quickly, so you could use them again as you're putting on your makeup and such. The first one I want to talk about is our all over eye brush. This one is perfect for eye placement. So this is where you can dip your brush into your eyeshadow and start placing it. And remember, our eyeshadow is highly pigmented, so you just need to dip it in a little bit. And I know, let's see, make sure I get your dates correct for you. January 23rd is going to be all about eyes, brows, and lashes. So you're getting a really good foundation right now in the different brushes that we use. And there'll be some demos in the upcoming weeks with more about these products and such and how to actually use them. So then we're going to go to our eye crease. Let's see, our cream color brush. Yes, our cream color brush. This is a nice brush for any kind of cream eyeshadows. You may want to also use it for when you're actually blending in. Maybe you got to blend in a little bit of your Perfector cream, maybe a little bit of eye cream. You know, you can blend it in a little bit. It works very well. So really any types of creams you could use to actually blend with this particular brush. Then our next brush is the eye smudger brush. Let's make sure I got the right one here. No, that's what I thought. That was the eye crease. I got them a little backwards. Here we go. Our eye smudger. So the eye smudger is a little bit of a little firmer brush, but this will give you like those smoky eyes look. You know, if you want to practice with a smoky look, maybe you want to put on your eyeliner and do a little smudging with it. This would be the brush that you would use. This is your smudger. Okay. Now we're going to get into, let's see here. Make sure I don't miss any of these beautiful brushes. This would be our eye crease brush. So this is your angled brush. This is a brush that's great for people like me who have the hooded eyes, and we want more of a lift. So you've got that beautiful angle look. You probably have seen Sandy using this brush as she's been doing her highlighting and such with this particular brush and her makeup look. So basically we can actually, we can actually use this for a soft blended look. So if you got the angle pointing up, you're going to get a soft look, and the angle pointing down, you're going to get a more dramatic look. So this is a great brush to try the different angles, see how it works, and see what you like and what works best for you. So again, nice. It's kind of a firm brush, which is good. Again, great for hooded eyes. as somebody like myself, get yourself more of that lifted look. Then we have our eyebrow and eyeliner brush. I use this every morning. I use the spoolie side to brush my brows, and then I use my pencils, and then I use also my actual liquid um, brow tint to kind of like keep everything in place, keep everything looking good and such. But we're going to be talking about, let's see, on January 23rd, we're actually going to be talking more about brows. But this is the perfect brush every morning just to quickly brush out your brows before maybe you add a little pencil or a little other products to it and such, little color. Then on the other side, you've got, again, a very dense brush, and you could use this for a lot. You could use this for lipstick. You could use this for putting on some liquid eyeliner, um, many different possibilities. And as I'm mentioning the lipstick, one of the tips for some lasting results with your lipsticks is to use a brush to apply your lipstick instead of using it straight from the tube. And I know on January 30th, we're going to be talking more about lips and finishers. So all these clinics do build upon each other beautifully. So there you go. There's another one. And then they had a little case that I put down. Here we go. A little case to kind of protect it. So this is another great brush to have in your collection. And then we have our eye blending brush. This one's a little bit of a bigger one. Yep, eye blending. And you can always tell if you're not sure. All our brushes have their names on them. So if you're not sure until you get used to them, you can just do a quick look. But the eye blending is nice. I love this brush because being an 80s girl, we kind of like put on the makeup heavily and kind of left it that way. Where now instead what we're doing is we're actually blending the colors together, softening the colors, which is I really do enjoy. And this brush works beautifully for the blending of the eyeshadows that you've put on. So that's an overview of the different brushes and makeup brushes that we have, our beautiful collection. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is taking care of your brushes. Okay. So, clean brushes will help your makeup. It helps your makeup put your makeup on. You tend to use less makeup when you've got clean brushes. Okay. And, one of the things I heard most recently, if your brush don't bend, it won't blend. So you won't necessarily get the results if you don't have a clean brush. Often if your brush is being overused, your makeup may come on streaky. If you find you're having any maybe skin irritations, breakouts, one of the things that, always take a look at is your brushes and have you cleaned them lately? Because that's always very important from the bacteria and such on them. So here we go. Here's some tips. Always clean your brushes. You want your bristles down. Okay. So maybe that's a little bit better. Okay, I'm trying to get a better angle for you guys. It's a little hard sometimes. So I'll try to move a little bit. You always want your brushes down. Okay. You don't ever want to get water up through here because you don't want to loosen the wood handle here from the metal part. So you never want to immerse your brushes in water. So don't get like a bowl of water and drop these in here because you're gonna actually impede your brush. Okay, so you're gonna do it down. And then the next thing we're always gonna do is just do soft swirls in your hand. Okay. You don't ever want to do this to your brushes when you're washing them because that's gonna ruin your brushes, and over time, they're not gonna work as well. Now, sometimes our brushes get kind of, got the makeup in the middle. And they're a little harder to get to. Well, one of the things you can do is filing your nails. And basically how you would take a nail file and file your nails, we're going to do something similar with your brushes. And you're just going to gently go over your nails and you're going to get that makeup out of the middle part of the brush. Okay. Now, what I like to do, there's a lot of different ways to clean your brushes. My go-to is our 3-in-1 cleansing bar. This is great for all skin types also. And that's what I like to use. I wet the bar, wet the brush, I pick up a little bit of the soap, and then I clean it in my hand, make sure I get everything out, rinse it in some cool water, make sure it's running clear, and then I just like to squeeze, gently squeeze, gently squeeze. Okay, just gently squeeze. Don't need to press real hard, but you do want to get the water out the best you can. Then what we can do, once we get our water out the best we can, take your brush like this and spin it. Okay. However your head is after you washed it, it's going to dry that way. So that's a tip for getting it back to the correct shape. Now, to dry your brushes, you can store them down so they could come hanging down. Maybe you get like a little something from Amazon that lets you hang your brushes down and they'll dry. Your other option is to hang them over kind of like a table. So let's say this is your tabletop, okay? What you're not going to want to do is this. You don't want the brush head on the table because it's going to actually dry that way. You actually want your brush head hanging over the table. That way the air can get all around it, and then your brush head is going to dry how you want it to dry. It's going to keep the correct shape. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sue. I appreciate it. So when you're looking at your blending brush, this is really thick. And it's got thousands and thousands of these little hairs. It's very soft. Feels really good. But you might wonder, like, how in the world am I going to clean that one? Well, again, file your nails. Okay, file your nails. And that's going to help you remove the makeup that's within. And also cleaning your brushes on a regular basis is going to also save you time and make it easier to clean them. Now, what I would recommend, these brushes here are your bigger brushes, of course, your overall face brush, your foundation, your 3-in-1 cheek brush. I'd like to wash those first to get those drying, okay? Because they're going to take probably overnight, possibly to dry. So definitely, work on those first. I would never let your brushes go more than a week, but even a week is pushing it if you're using them every day. And again, if you clean them more often, or if you have a couple sets of brushes, you can kind of rotate between it while cleaning. They're going to be easier to clean. They're going to clean much more quicker. Now here's our lovely blending brush. Now to clean this, I would get a cup of water, and then I would put maybe a drop, maybe one of our cleansers, our face cleansers, just a drop, a little bit. I put the brush in the water and then squeeze it so it absorbs water and stays underneath. I would let it sit there for a little while, and then what I would do is then, you want to start squeezing. And you're going to squeeze top to down, and that's going to help get the water out versus squeezing it this way, because that's going to take longer. And then if you still didn't get the soap out, you're rinsing it under water. You can always put it in a glass of water, let it soak a little bit more, just plain water, and then keep squeezing. But again, you don't want to use more than maybe just a little drop. Otherwise, it may take you a while to get it out of this particular brush. So again, what I want to just emphasize, when I do my big powder brush, I take a little bit of this soap from here, and I take it in my hand and I just start working it through my nails. What you don't want to do, and you can see it with this one, don't do this. Okay, that's going to ruin your brush. So even though it might feel like, I'm going to do this really quick so I can get my brush clean, you can already just see it. It's not good for the brush. So I'm going to fix my brush here. But then again, at the end, you can definitely do this to reshape it, because however it ends up being shaped when it's wet is how it's going to dry. And again, of course, you want your brushes to be in the correct shape. Now we also have our own brush cleanser too. This is nice for our makeup brushes. Okay, so this is where you could take a makeup brush. Maybe I just put on some of my makeup. This is where definitely I can take my brush cleaner, I can spray it, and then take a cloth and then just kind of wipe it off until I get everything off. That's one way that you can do it. You can also take like type brushes. So let's say you had a few sets of these. You could take light brushes, line them up, get them wet. Let's see. If you're going to do it in your hand, you're going to get a little bit of soap or a little facial soap, whatever your preference is. And then you're just going to gently, let's see if we can do this here, gently, here you go, swirl it in your hand. Just gently swirl it, rinse it out. And then that way you could clean more than one brush of these smaller ones if you wanted to. I do like our cleanser though. I mean, I do sometimes spray even my bigger brushes at the end just to give them a quick spray, just in reshaping them and such. Sometimes I do like to do that. That's just my personal preference. Let's see if I got anything else I want to say. You know, the biggest thing is your brushes will last you a long time. If you take care of them, be gentle with them, keep them clean, you will notice your makeup goes on better with a clean brush. You know, if you use your foundation brush too long, it will start to streak. And when you see that streaking, it means the brush is dirty. We need to clean it. I'm guilty of that sometimes too, letting it go a little bit too long and then realizing, oh, you know what? I need to stop. I need to clean that brush, which is always nice to have a couple sets too. So that's a quick tutorial on our brushes and how to take care of them and how to clean them. So now we're going to talk a little bit. Now we got our brushes, we got everything clean. Now we want to use them. How fun. So a couple of the foundations I brought out was CC Cream. And CC Cream really isn't a foundation. It's a color corrector. It's actually formally called, complexion corrector. So this is the CC Cream. The CC Cream come in 5 colors from a very light to a very deep. And the 5 colors there's only 5, so it is a little easier to match the CC Cream than sometimes it is the foundation cream. This is a beautiful cream. It's a lightweight cream. It's great for that on-the-go look. It's great for correcting color in the skin, some redness. It's also got SPF 15 in it, and it is very lightweight. So a lot of times what I will do in the morning, I'll just put just a little bit on, not a lot, and then I take out my foundation brush, and then I just work it on, and I kind of use it just to prep my face a little bit. Then, let's see, we get to our Time Wise. And our Time Wise, one more thing about the CC Cream is for all skin types. So it doesn't matter what skin type you have, you can use the CC Cream. Now, when we get into our Time Wise, this is where we're actually getting into more of our, and I want to make sure I get this correct, but we're actually really getting more into our anti-aging formulas and such. And that's kind of important. So we have 2 different skin types. We have matte, which is formulated for oily combo skin like my own, and luminous, which is a dewy finish, which is perfect for normal and dry skin. So they are specially formulated for skin types. The matte, again, does what it says. It gives you 12 hours of oil-free, helps control the shine, and it provides that matte finish and also provides some humidity and sweat resistance also, which is good for us oily skins. If you are luminous, then again, you are more dry normal. You want a dewy finish. It gives you 12 hours of moisturization, and it will help you apply it smoothly without getting into any fine lines. Now, lots of different colors and formulas for this. So I would recommend that you work with your consultant. She has a very simple online quiz she'll ask you to fill out, and you're going to come back with 3 pieces of information. If you can see that, you can maybe make out that this is beige W160. So what was going to happen is when you do that quick quiz, it is going to come out with some information. So you're going to come out with your general skin tone. Are you ivory? Are you beige? Or are you bronze? I like to use beige because I think the ivory is, even though I have lighter skin, I feel that the ivory is just too pale for me. So I do like to use the beige. And then your next number is whether you're cool, warm, or neutral. And there'll be some questions in the quiz to help you figure that out. And then your number. So for example, this number here is 160. The lower the number, the lighter the color. And then as the number goes up, the deeper the color is in that skin tone. So you'll get the quiz from your consultant, and there'll be a picture at the end that will actually show you, will show you the luminous or matte. So you want to know if it's luminous or matte, and those three pieces of information. So matte or luminous, and then whether you are ivory, beige, bronze, you cool, warm, neutral, and then what the number is. And that will help your beauty consultant work with you on the proper colors. Okay. Couple more things, and then we're going to wrap it up for today. But I do want to get out I think I should have my blending brush, cream brush. Okay. So thank you for putting up with me. The first one I want to show you is the corrector. Let me see. Under eye corrector. This has the peach tones in it. So if you need to cover up a little bit of the bluish purple shadows underneath the eyes, you can use a little bit of this. It only comes in this one color. And then what you could do is either gently use your finger, or you also have this cream brush that you could just kind of work it out a little bit to help cover up the little bluish purple colors. Okay, thank you, Sue. I really do appreciate it. And then what you might want to actually then put on is so we got our under eye corrector on. Now we have a concealer. Now our concealers do come in different colors. So that's again where I would recommend you work with your beauty consultant to help find the right color for you. And don't forget, we have 100% guarantee. So if for some reason the color just isn't working for you, reach out to your consultant, work with her, and then she'll do a return for you and get you a different color. But again, you can use this maybe for a little redness, maybe a little blemish. You can do some type of light correction with this. And again, you can put a little bit of that on. And then you could take your little cream brush. This is nice because you could work around the nose a little bit, wherever you feel you need to. Or don't forget about our beautiful blending brush. Perfect job to work in maybe that concealer and such. And then maybe a little CC cream, maybe a little foundation, and just kind of keep working with it. And this would also work with our Endless Performance cream to powder line also. I didn't bring it out tonight, but you could also use this too. That would work very well. Okay. Now, other things I do want to bring up to you. Again, thank you. Thank you for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the feedback. Thank you very much. I see there's a Facebook user. Thank you. It's okay that your name won't always show, but thank you, Facebook user, who just gave me a nice compliment. I really do appreciate it. Sandy will be back shortly. And then at some point this month, there will be a survey coming out in this particular group. And make sure you mark down all the days you either joined live or you watched the replay. So there's going to be a $100 product drawing that Sandy will be doing, and you'll definitely want to get your name in that drawing. Okay. So last week we did creating a flawless face. Cheryl and I went through the highlights of our different skincare line. So be sure to go back and watch that replay if you haven't had a chance to see it yet. We spent some time also going through the primers, also the oil-free mattifier, and also the face primer and such. Today is the foundation, picking the correct foundation and learning more about your brushes and how to care for them. Next week, I hope that you can join. Cheryl and I will be back with highlighting and contouring and all about your cheeks. So we'll actually have an opportunity to take out this wonderful cheek brush and show you how to use it. And then we can also get a little bit into some powder and show you how to use this big, beautiful brush also. Then all about eyes, brows, and lashes will be January 23rd. And then the 30th is all about lips and finishers. So getting hopefully an overview of all our brushes. And over the next few weeks, you'll have an opportunity to learn more about these brushes and how to use them. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me. I so very much appreciate each and every one of you. I look forward to seeing everybody again next week. And have a wonderful week. And I hope that you're enjoying your makeup journey with Mary Kay and your skincare journey. I know I am enjoying myself immensely. Have a wonderful evening and have a wonderful week. Just see you again, hopefully next week. Bye bye.